violent Chicago was until you saw the drill movement take
Actually, I give Kanye credit for that. Because Kanye was the one, like, man, killing some whack shit. Last year, we had 600 caskets.
I'm talking about in the rap music, when you start seeing the actual,
in the rap music,
when you start seeing when you start seeing the culture itself that's violent.
Right. So what I'm saying is this, though. To me, hip-hop is such a multifaceted, it's such a multifaceted art form and genre. It can exist anywhere as long as it's true to your experience. It doesn't have to be necessarily street. You know what I mean?
It can't just be true to your experience, because that means anybody can do it. That means anybody's a part of it. And it's like, okay, if you allow it just to be just anything, then it becomes anything, and that becomes mainstream. It's what makes it hip hop. That's what makes it becomes a niche, a genre, not just defined by rapping, right? Because you could sing in hip hop, right? Hip hop is a cultural expression. So without the cultural expression, you just like if I'm rapping about being married, right? This is the same conversation we had about Hov and certain homies, right? Where if you're rapping about mainstream issues, that's what's taking it out of the niche of. At that point, that conversation is well represented in mainstream. That style is well represented in mainstream. That conversation is well represented in mainstream. Hip hop became, an expression. If you go back to 73, when, people like to call it birth, it started with how we were doing our things on a break. How we start taking the records, you know what I'm saying, and making breaks, and how people dance to them to the break. Taking the loop, right? And then dancing to the break. And then it became this party, right? And then you have the MC rocking the party, but it's still a cultural expression. So without the cultural expression, how in the hell do we call it a cultural expression? When hip hop, for sure, because dancing existed before hip hop.
Sure.
Rapping existed before hip hop. Graffiti existed before hip hop. DJing existed before hip hop. The way we did it is what made it the shit. Like, somebody just said hip hop is mainstream. No, hip hop isn't mainstream. Rapping is mainstream.
So this is what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is everything you're saying is true, but there's a component that you're missing. So hip hop started to become an expression of people who were in the Bronx, especially people who were in the 5 boroughs, and the way they dressed and the way they looked and all of that stuff. Then the way that the art form diffuses, and this happens with any art form, right? Like I'm from South Louisiana. I always bring my hometown and everything. We invented jazz. So we invented jazz in South Louisiana, right? That does not mean that the jazz in Chicago or the jazz in LA is not jazz, right? So what happens? So hold on. Yeah. So what happens with hip hop? What happens with hip hop is hip hop obviously jumps around. Atlanta got their own sound. LA got their own sound. Funky as hell, all of that. Then we got our own sound in Louisiana. Everybody got their own interpretation of it. And to me, Drake just represents an interpretation of hip hop that's kind of where he's from, and it's based upon his influences. But he raps a little bit.
But why do you say he represents hip hop? Why?
Well, I think to me, I hear Drake and I hear hip hop.
Why?
Because like I hear. So to me, I hear Drake and I hear a unique story. I hear a story expressed.
What's the story?
Of his life, of being
what's the story?
Of Drake. Drake's story was this. Drake's story was never being taken seriously, getting fronted on by all the bad bitches, and then fucking the shit out of him for the rest of his life.
And that's a hip hop story?
That's pretty hip hop.
That's not hip hop. That's every last story of every successful male in the history of the world.
So what? So, bro, so all the other shit that we talk about in hip hop is basically broken down to the same thing: wants, needs, and desires. It's basically broken down to I had to do this so I could do this so I could be this. And telling that story of what that means, where you're from, who you have to click up with to get it, how you maintain your safety, and how you give your ministry to people through rhyming. And
that's not hip hop though. That's how you're an artist in music. Rap is not. So you're saying the only reason he's rap because he's given his ministry as a rapper.
No, I'm telling you that the reason why he is hip hop is because Drake has studied hip hop. His influences
So
in
if a
hip
white
hop.
man study black culture, could he be black?
No, because black is something that you're born with, and hip hop is something that you pick up. Let's stay on topic. You can never
That's
be
not
black.
true though.
Black is something that you're
Hip
born
hop
black.
is something you're born with.
No,
You're
no,
born into the culture, dog.
no. You're not born into the hip hop culture. No, you choose to be
100%
it.
you are.
No, you're not born into it.
Yes, you are.
No, it's mad
Yes.
niggas. It's mad niggas saying you're not born into the hip hop culture. It's
Yes,
something
you
that
are
you
born
fall
into
in
hip
love
hop
with.
culture.
No, you're not.
Yes,
You're
you
not
are.
born into. No,
100%.
no. Like you're not. You're not.
You are
born
born into hip hop. Yes, you are.
Okay, tell me how, Glasses.
Because what they're talking about is what you're born into. You are born into hip hop. You are born into it. It's not this thing that happened. You don't pick up, like you could become a rapper. You could become a DJ. You could become a dancer. You could become a graffiti artist. But you are not born. You are born in hip hop. It's how you live. It's not rapping, dancing, DJ. Anybody could rap. Anybody could DJ, right? Anybody could rap, DJ, dance, and do graffiti. Anybody. You born into this shit. You born into this. Me and Miles already had this conversation. That's funny. It's the truth, though. Even if you think it sounds stupid, Marshawn, cuz it's the truth. You're born into it. It's a culture. You're born into it. Exactly. West Coast gang culture is a part of West Coast hip hop. Feel me? Because of it. Because that's our culture. So then when you start talking about it, that's it. Hip hop is not a style. It's not a style. It's a way of life. I got you, man. It's not a style. No, I don't really think that. I think Drake is a mainstream rap artist. I have always thought that. Oh, let me see. Oh, let me find you, yeah. Hold up. Yeah, it's not no style. Hip hop is not a. Somebody said hip hop is a style, and that's the problem. That's why you
Nah,
get those white people.
it's
That's
a
why you
life.
get
It's
those
a way
white
of life.
people.
It's a way
That's
of
why
life.
you get the white people on YouTube be like, "This is hip hop." You just lean your arm down. What's it? You see the little white lady? Remember that shit? Where the white lady's like, "And that's hip hop."
Right. But I'm gonna be
No,
honest
gay
with you
people
though.
don't choose to be gay. That's
Nah,
just stupid.
y'all, come on now,
That's
y'all.
because that's what you do.
Right, y'all just come on, y'all. Don't start no other problematic shit in the
Mouse, come
comments,
on,
man.
Mouse. Jump
Like
on, Mouse.
Mouse, jump in here. Like Mouse,
Hold
jump
up.
in here, bro. But y'all don't do no crazy shit in the comments, man, because the nigga gotta leave if y'all start that foolishness.
They gonna fuck
So
up
like
your shit. Hey, Mouse, come on,
a
jump
nigga
in,
gotta
Mouse.
leave. A nigga gotta leave if y'all start that foolishness, man. I don't want to have nothing to do with that fucking foolishness, bro. Y'all, shit.
Come
But
on, Mouse.
Mouse, jump in. But it I don't understand how you can say that you're born into hip hop, right?
You
Because
are.
I know mad niggas who gangsters who not hip hop. They don't even fucking like rap. Not like
But
that.
hip hop is not rap. Hip
Oh,
hop is not.
oh shit.
There he
Oh,
is.
the
What up,
trouble.
Oh
boy?
shit. The
Trouble.
problematic boys
The
is
trouble.
back.
The
What
trouble
up?
just came in.
Hey, listen, this is the only way I can get Van to acknowledge me anymore. So I don't
That's
know.
bullshit. That's bullshit. That's the way you
I don't
talking
know what
about.
I did on Clubhouse. Before
Right.
Clubhouse, Van was fucking with me. I don't know what happened after Clubhouse. Van said, not this
Man cut
nigga.
us all off, bro.
Van
I pointed
said,
it out. He was like, these niggas too wild, man.
I
Van
be honest
said
with you.
Van said that ring of money they will not fuck up.
Y'all niggas is lying.
He was like, these niggas is too wild.
It's been a weird ass year for me. Miles,
Oh,
let me ask you a question.
I'm here.
Are you born hip hop?
Are you born hip hop?
Are you born into the culture that is hip?
Oh yeah, we born into the culture,
Wait,
but
what?
I think
No, glasses.
Yes.
I'm changing the question. Are you born hip hop? Could there be okay, yeah, reset the room real quick. What we're talking about right now His
Reset the room.
glasses says Drake is not hip hop.
He's a mainstream rapper.
Yeah, he's right. He's not hip hop.
That's not a big deal.
Drake isn't hip hop, but he does hip hop. Sometimes he makes hip hop songs, but he's not hip hop.
I can make a rap song.
Mouse, why isn't Drake hip hop? Somebody, please pull B Dot into this, please.
Because B Dot's gonna, if there's a fair skinned person, B Dot's going to side with them. So,
oh Jesus Christ! Oh, here we go.
Especially if I'm around. You remember there was one night in particular, B Dot told me in front of all of our black constituents that MC Search is more hip hop than I.
Now I remember that. Now let me ask you a question. Is it a chance that MC Search is more hip hop than you?
No, because he put it on. I'm born into it. This is mine. This is mine. I was born with a right to it.
Right. Do you hey, just to let y'all know, I'm a little sensitive, man. So when I get my brothers on here, y'all be talking that shit in the comments. Don't do that. So I'm like seriously, I don't like to like just be nice. If you got something to say about one of my homies,
listen. You gotta allow yourself, Van. You know what, Van? You really are an anti-hero like me and Mouse. You just kind of hide it under the hero form, so it's tough for you. We thrive in this space, man. I love when they talk that shit to me because I know what I'm saying is truth. Like I just ain't lying with everybody else.
Right.
But you born into the culture that is hip hop.
Mouse is born into the culture that is Metro PCS because he should have stopped up right now. But no, look. Okay, so look, I'll put it to you like this. I'll split the middle. You are born into a culture that hip hop has defined, right? But that doesn't mean that if you're born outside of that you can't be hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean
I think you can make hip hop music, but I don't think you could be hip hop. I think hip hop is a culture that you live. You born into the culture, right? And you live in the culture. And then you start emceeing and DJing and graffiti and things based around the culture, right? So it's just different. You feel me? It's different. I mean, so it's somewhere this is considered a slight because you asked me that I think Drake. I know Drake knows he's not hip hop. I know
don't
Drake.
Think he thinks that.
He actually says
I don't
things.
I don't think that he thinks that.
I'm more inclined to agree with Van on that. I think he thinks he's hip hop, but that's just white privilege.
Because I know how he looks at himself as an outsider. I listen to the stuff he says in rap, how he looks like I just came and did this to y'all, and it was nothing nobody can do. You wouldn't say that if you feel you're a part of the culture. You feel like I have a place in it.
Well,
when he starts speaking on it,
I think he's doing it from like kind of what you said earlier. Like I think he's doing it as like an anti-hero, right? Like he's saying like I did this in spite of, right? I did this in hip hop in spite of not being an insider. I'm so hip hop. I came over these boundaries. Like I think he thinks he's a freedom rider.
Look, somebody said Jay-Z influenced Drake. That don't matter. You could be influenced by 1,000 things. That don't make you the product. The product is different than the
man. Drake is a hip hop.
This nigga's crazy. Drake is a fantastic rapper.
Fantastic
rapper. He's a fantastic artist.
Fantastic
records. So let me tell you something. So why isn't Drake hip hop? Drake battling niggas.
He literally is culturally.
He never battled nobody. Don't say he never battled nobody.
He battled me.
No, he didn't.
Okay, so that wasn't a battle.
Like, all right, cool. I take it back. Yeah. He did. He battled me.
Like he
put
battled,
up a fight.
Like he battling niggas. He doing.
No, don't say niggas though, because a lot of people. Drake picks his fights. Like Pusha T has been pushing at Drake for 20 years, and what does Drake do? Release a diss record to Kanye.
Right.
Kendrick called him out by name. Nothing. Sean.
It's all a business.
Nothing. It's all people he didn't think he could beat.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could make a case that Hov is a little bit like that.
No, Hov acknowledges. Hov
was
acknowledges
mad niggas,
everything.
It was mad niggas that used to shoot at Hov, and Hov, especially after Nas, was very meticulous and very, very calculated on who he would respond to and how he would respond. And it would be like a lot
Taz
of times
said that's
it
called
was
being
like,
smart.
She right though.
well,
Listen,
whoa,
Drake has been surgical.
Tez, God damn it. Tez
Tez is
don't
right.
like me. Tez don't like me. Tez is always anti-ban. If it's being
Taz
smart,
said
he
that's
on
called
some
being
shit, man.
smart.
no, what I'm saying is if it's being smart when fucking Jay-Z is doing it, then it's being smart when
But
Drake
no,
is doing
but
it.
I'm not.
Jay-Z
Look,
didn't do that though. Let's not like
He didn't do that.
see. There's a lot. And I've noticed this over the past couple months. Van, there's some Hov in there, and I don't know why, but I guess it's some LA stuff. Something might have happened.
What
But
you talking about?
you be taking a lot of shots at Hov.
When did I take a shot at Hov?
Like anytime we was talking about New Orleans or Baton Rouge, you'd be like, "What? Well, Hov did this and Boozy did it." Like it's always some Hov slight with you,
No.
and I don't like it.
What I'm telling you is it's not a Hov slight. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time. He is my favorite rapper of all time. What I'm telling
might be
you
the
is
best rapper. I would say greatest.
Well, when I say greatest,
I'm
I
not
mean,
falling down that pit. I'm not falling down that pit.
don't go
Glasses
down there.
love doing that. I'm not falling down that pit.
No, when I say greatest, I mean just in accomplishments. He's just the greatest. When you say, I'm not talking about he's not the most iconic. He's not, but he has had the biggest rap career of any rapper.
I think Snoop is that.
But is that rap?
Yeah, it's only fit rap. He's not. He don't have anything else.
Snoop has movies,
Snoop
TV.
don't have films. Snoop don't got good films. He don't. Baby Boys is best.
He don't got good films, but he got films.
Yeah.
No, they don't count though.
Car Wash.
Yeah, but that's not it though. No,
Hot
that's not that
Boys.
Yeah, but them is bad. No.
Boy.
Like it's not like Cube or Ice-T. Feel me? That's different. Now, if you want, that's different. You feel me at that level?
Snoop was a
is all.
sometime rapper.
Listen,
Snoop was a sometime actor. I meant to say, but the reality is that
No. Say what you initially said.
No, shut up, nigga.
Say what you initially said.
Nah, shut up, nigga. But the
Snoop,
reality
listen,
is, as
you
far
gotta
as rap
realize,
career,
like, right,
as far as rap
Snoop-
career, Snoop is not in the same conversation with Jay-Z.
At all.
As far
lie.
as rap career, you bugging.
that's a lie.
Rap career,
No,
Rap-
if
as
you're
rapping
saying if the question is if you said who had a better career, right? If you said who sold more records, these are conversations. If you said who blah blah blah, but then there's a greatness and everything greatness embodies. Snoop is exactly what hip hop really embodies, top to bottom, and it's just hip hop.
Snoop got one good album.
I disagree.
that's true.
What's the second one?
Blue Carpet is great. Last Meal is great.
Last Mill is great.
Great, fantastic. You didn't play something. See, that's the thing. You know what's funny? Culturally, some of the records become so cultural that we look at them differently.
Every fucking, bruh, Glasses is the best gang member that's ever lived.
Ever.
Ever lived. Because every conversation comes back to Snoop.
Ever.
Like,
I'm not, you know what? Let's
bro,
take listen.
Every conversation
Ever.
comes back to Snoop, bro.
Not only
That's not true.
look,
No.
you gotta fix it though. Not only is he the greatest LA rapper, he's the greatest LA Crip rapper because every single time we're talking about anything.
No,
Just let me
only when
tell you
y'all
about
start talking about the greatest rapper spot. That's it.
The greatest,
Like-
there's no way, you can't make a real good argument that Snoop, Nas is greater than Snoop.
No, he's not. Now you can say Nas is better than Snoop. If you want to say
Yes.
that, that's a conversation. He's not greater.
Rapper.
Who had a
He's not
greater
great.
rap? Who had a greater rap career? Snoop had a greater rap career than
Yeah,
Nas.
period.
How is that?
I mean, they both only have one good album, but
Oh,
Nas
that
only
was
has
the
one
good
good
album.
album. Hold on. Nas only has one good album.
I know what you're
Stillmatic.
saying, but that's not
No.
true.
So Illmatic is great. You trolling?
Illmatic is okay. Illmatic is okay.
Fucking fantastic. Illmatic is great. Stillmatic is great. Godson.
Yo,
Nigga, the Lost Tapes. Life is.
But, but you just naming things that you're
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you my favorite thing about Clubhouse. I hate that app. The best thing about Clubhouse is the fact that we had those conversations, right? And the day that damn, I forget what was boy name? From Canada that was doing the rooms. What's his name?
Bishop.
Bishop. When he
Bishop,
had
man
the
got into
lady,
it with him.
when he had the lady who was like doing the PR for the album, when she was in the room telling the truth, she was like, yeah, like it wasn't no real, people wasn't really that excited about it. I was like, I tried to tell you niggas, this is some reimagined shit, this Illmatic love. It's some reimagined.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
After the fact, like, oh,
For sure.
this was one of the greatest albums ever.
And you
Wait.
listen, you can tell every.
Let's go back to Drake though, because we jumping around too much, bro.
No, but I'm glad you said that, so I'm gonna get this off real fast. Okay. That's revisionist history, bro.
Yeah, revisionist history.
Niggas act like Notorious B.I.G. didn't come out and just wipe the floor with Cuz, like it didn't even happen. Wu-Tang came and wiped the floor with Cuz, like it didn't happen. Them is niggas right in New York that wiped the floor with his shit like it didn't happen. That's more revisionist history. You feel me? Like, and I'm grateful that people went back and got the brilliance of Illmatic over time. Right? That's great. But you can't make it like that's what happened in real time. In real time,
in real time, that is what happened. In real time, that is what happened. Because when Nas's second album, when Nas's second album hit,